Florida State has yet to uncover any evidence in its investigation that Jameis Winston was getting paid for his autographs. There are more than 2,000 authenticated Winston signatures on the James Spence authentication website. I'm Kerry Chow, joined by ESPN.com college football writer Mark Schlabach. Mark, the school issued a statement. Here's what they said. At this time, we have no information indicating that he accepted payment for items reported to bear his signature, thereby compromising his athletics eligibility. The fact that items appear on an internet site bearing the signature of a student athlete does not singularly determine a violation of NCAA rules. Mark, what's the latest with the investigation? It's certainly not over, is it?
I would hope not. I would hope that Florida State will continue to do its due diligence, but certainly at this point there is no evidence or no proof that Winston was paid to sign this memorabilia. As we reported back on Monday, the school started asking questions of Winston a week ago when they had a game at Syracuse. That was the first time Jimbo Fisher and another Florida State administrator approached Winston and asked him whether or not he'd received compensation. He said he hadn't. And then we saw throughout the week that the number of items that have been authenticated by the James Spence company, authentication company, has continued to rise and rise and rise. And while it might look and smell like an organized signing, at this point there's no proof that money exchanged hands. And like the Johnny Manziel situation a year ago at Texas A&M, that's basically all the school needs to keep him on the field.
Interesting, and that may have answered my next question. Why has Florida State allowed Winston to keep playing, whereas Georgia has suspended running back Todd Gurley indefinitely for similar circumstances?
I'll be honest with you, I don't have the exact answer, but I would suspect that the fact that there was a disgruntled dealer or middleman shopping around photos and videos of Gurley signing items, and this guy alleged that he had paid Gurley, I think he called it thousands of dollars over the last 18 months. I think that was probably enough of a red flag for Georgia to sit Gurley, and there has been some speculation about whether or not Gurley has admitted he was paid at all, but I haven't been able to confirm that. So I think that's probably the biggest difference, that there is an issue. There is a slither of evidence that Gurley was paid, and we haven't seen that with Winston. No one's come forward to say that they organized the signing or that they paid him.
Winston dealing with more serious issues as well at the school. What's the latest with the school's upcoming student conduct hearing in regards to the sexual assault allegations?
Yeah, David Cornwell, his Atlanta-based attorney, told me Friday morning that he reached out to Florida State's Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities and met the Friday deadline to do that. Cornwell told me he struck one of the three former Florida State Supreme Court justices who Florida State has put up to. One of those three men will hear the case. John Clune, the woman's attorney in Boulder, Colorado, also confirmed to me on Friday that they have also eliminated one of the three judges. Neither attorney would reveal which judge they decided to strike, but if they chose the same one, then a Florida State official would step in and choose one of the two remaining judges. So at some point, I think David Cornwell and Winston will sit down with Florida State officials and try to hammer out the procedures. I know Mr. Cornwell still has a few concerns about evidence and whether or not attorneys will be able to speak during the hearing, but after that happens, Florida State will be required to give Winston 5 school days notice in advance of a scheduled hearing.
A lot happening in Tallahassee. ESPN.com college football writer Mark Schlabach. Mark, thanks for everything as always.
Thank you, sir.
For Mark Schlabach, I'm Kerry Chow with your latest ESPN headline.